Hey guys, what's up? Back in Assassin's Creed Part 8, we're gonna go assassinate Majd, and let's
Safety
talk
and
to
peace
Malik
now.
first.
Word that the city was possessed of either. Why do you trouble me today?
Al-Mualim has marked Majd for death. What can you tell me about him?
Salahuddin's absence has left the city without a proper leader, and Majduddin has appointed himself to play the part. Fear and intimidation get him what he wants. He has no true claim to the position.
That ends today.
You speak too readily. This is not some slaver we're discussing. He rules Jerusalem and is well protected because of it. I suggest you plan your attack carefully. Get to better know your prey.
With your help, I will. Where would you have me begin my search?
What's this? You're actually asking for my assistance instead of demanding it. I'm impressed.
Be out with it.
As you wish. Here's where I would look. First, to the southwest near the mosque. After that, head south of here. There are two locations that might interest you. The southernmost church is one, the other is in the streets, near a synagogue.
Thank you for your help, Dai.
Don't foul this, Altair.
This is one of the um, Majd is based on
I am sorry, Ahmad. They came without warning.
a real life
My
name
son?
or
They have my
man, but
son?
for the most part, he's a
What is to be done with
made-up
him?
character for
We
this
did everything we
assassination mission.
What is to be done with him?
He's to be executed. Today.
No, I won't allow it.
But what can we do? Majduddin will hear no appeals. He says there can be no barter with God's will.
This is not God's will, but madness. I'll go to him myself. Where is he?
He will attend the execution. Perform it even. He enjoys the act. Truly evil man.
We have no time to lose then. Let's go.
And here they listening to different people talk and
Damned
stuff. They
archers.
are under the
We are to launch
impression
an
that
assault against one of Majduddin's lieutenants. But we
he
cannot
was
do anything until the
put in the
rooftops have been
power
cleared.
by
And I have no men to spare.
Saladin.
Would you be
but
willing to help? Just make sure they
As
do
Malik
not
said, he
come,
just kind of
or we will have to begin
declared
again.
himself regent in his absence. But it's pretty straightforward, and I believe this is a throwback to the trailer for this game, because the trailer had a public execution that you went in and assassinated your target in. Or, well, not you, Altair. Take a break from talking about the game for a minute. Kind of a weird thing I've seen today. My boy has Bible school this summer, so I dropped him off and I'm coming back. And I get behind this ambulance it's part of the local ambulance service around here, and they're driving around like they have no idea where they're going. And I start thinking that's kind of disturbing, because if I ever need an ambulance, I wouldn't want one that has no idea where they're supposed to be going. And in this day and age, first of all, wouldn't you hire people that are familiar with this? And I don't live in a big city by any stretch of the imagination. But wouldn't you hire somebody that knows the layout of the land? And also, in 2014, shouldn't those things be equipped with GPS? Now, I live north of Pittsburgh a little bit. If I lived inside the city of Pittsburgh, I could kind of understand if you had a new guy and they're kind of confused on where they should be going and stuff like that. And this guy didn't have his lights on or anything like that, which was good. But, man, could you imagine needing an ambulance and they're fucking lost? That would suck so bad. Also, I had a frog escape this morning. Little motherfucker just kind of, I'm assuming he just pushed the lid open on his tank and crawled right out. I had read that White's tree frogs are notorious escape artists. I didn't realize how true that was.
I assume you have been sent to deal with
Got the
Majduddin,
hiccups. I had
yes?
to stop there for a
But
minute.
it might
So
help you
hopefully
to
they're
know
gone now.
that he enjoys lecturing his prisoners before executing them. While doing so, he turns his back to the crowd. It would be the perfect moment for you to strike. Now, I must attend to my men. We have our own targets to deal with.
Anyways, going back to the frog thing real quick.
There is no
I actually had a
harm in
white
naming
street
them.
frog escape last year
Those
that
among
I
you who defy
still
the
have no
law.
idea where she went.
We are nothing
Never found the
without our
body.
faith, without its
Hopefully she's
rules
happy.
and its direction. To defy it is to defy the one who leads us. Such behavior cannot be allowed.
This interrogation turns into a bit of a brawl here. I did one in the Abul Nakud video, well, in the investigation, but I followed the guy to the city gate and there was guards and it turned into a big cluster and I didn't. Obviously I wasn't going to engage him in combat with guards standing around, so I let him go, and then somehow I either forgot about him or I don't know what happened, but I never went back to him. Stupid brawler thugs.
Enough! I still breathe, so you must desire more than just my life. What is it?
You know Majd well?
Better than most.
He seems a bit too righteous. Is the law really so important to him?
What do you think?
I think he hides something, and I think you'll tell me what it is.
It's a veil. All of it. Men like me, we are meant to scare them. Fill the people with fear. The ones he kills, not criminals, but dangerous all the same.
Dangerous to who?
His plans. Their plans. Yes, he speaks of others. Those he works with. Works for, perhaps. I am uncertain. They need the city, though. Controlling it is important to them.
Why?
You'll have to ask him yourself. Attend one of his executions. It's when he's most talkative, addressing the crowd, hands covered in blood.
Then we are done.
And we're gonna get the fuck out of Dodge. See how quick that was?
Hey! You look... Did you see the order? He wants us to repair a stage for another execution. Today.
It's the one at the western edge of Solomon's Temple. I was on my way just now.
So much death.
Worried that our true leader might return and bring a measure of justice to this city.
Yes, and not this mockery Majd parades before us.
How? How does something like this happen?
Everyone appointed in Salah ad-Din's stead is met with an untimely end. And now, the position falls to him. He, who was once nothing more than the Emir's scribe.
How convenient. It would not surprise me to learn he was behind these accidents.
Shh! If the guards hear us, we'll be taken for treason. Executed on the very platform we have to repair. Come, let us return to work.
If I remember, this might be a quick pickpocket. Yeah.
Give no reason to stand here, leave!
Ooh, right before he went through the guards.
What news, novice?
I am not a novice.
A man's skill is defined by his actions, not the markings on his robe.
We can trade barbs or do Al-Muallim's work. It's your decision.
Then be out with it.
Jerusalem's regent Majd is holding a public execution not far from here. It's sure to be well guarded, but it's nothing I can't handle. I know what to do.
And that is why you remain a novice in my eyes. You cannot know anything, only suspect. You must expect to be wrong, to have overlooked something. Anticipate, Altair. How many times must I remind you of this?
As you wish. Are we done?
Not quite.
Weird little audio
There is
glitch
one
there.
more thing. One of the men to be executed is a brother. One of us. Al-Mulim wishes for him to be saved. Do not worry about the actual rescue. My men will take care of that. But you must ensure Majd does not take his life.
I won't give him the chance.
So I hope.
Fast-forwarding memory to a more recent one.
And now we're gonna head to the execution.
Silence! I demand silence! People of Jerusalem, hear me well. I stand here today to deliver a warning. There are malcontents among you. They sow the seeds of discontent, hoping to lead you astray. Tell me, is this what you desire? To be mired in deceit and sin? To live your lives in fear? Then you wish to take action? Your devotion pleases me. This evil must be purged. Only then can we hope to be redeemed.
This is not justice!
You do all right to do that. Who do you take your...
And all of you stand idle, complicit in this crime.
Our guys we eavesdropped on earlier, things didn't end well for them.
See how the evil of one man spreads to corrupt others? They sought to instill fear and doubt within you. But I will keep you safe. Here now are four filled with sin. The harlot, the thief, the gambler, the heretic. Let God's judgment be brought down upon them all!
I messed up. I should have eliminated the archers before the assassination. But then I was just like, ah, fuck it. And he dodged that. One thing I started to pick up on later on in the game is Altair sometimes draws his sword really slow. And if I would have just stabbed him with the hidden blade there, it would have been all over. But I forgot that when they're down on the ground like that, you can't just wail on them with your sword.
Your work here is finished.
And I'll admit that was a total fluke that I managed to accomplish that right there.
Tell me, what's your part in all of this? Do you intend to defend yourself as the others have and explain away your evil deeds?
The Brotherhood wanted the city. I wanted power. There was an opportunity.
An opportunity to murder innocents.
Not so innocent. Dissident voices cut deep as steel. They disrupt order. In this, I do agree with the Brotherhood.
You'd kill people simply for believing differently than you.
Of course not. I killed them because I could. Because it was fun. Do you know what it feels like to determine another man's fate? And did you see the way the people cheered? The way they feared me? I was like a god. You'd have done the same if you could. Such power.
Once perhaps. But then I learned what becomes of those who lift themselves above others.
And what is that?
Here, let me show you.
One of 4 assassination targets throughout the series so far that requires 2 stabs with the blade, one during the gameplay and one during the cutscene. And interestingly enough, he's really the only guy that kind of comes off as like purely evil, you know, whereas the others kind of like try to talk about how noble their goals were. He's just kind of like, I wanted to kill people because I felt like a god. So he was like, he didn't try to hide behind any noble intentions or anything like that. And also, if you allow him to carry out the assassin or the executions, when he gets to the assassin, he gets a little bit more brutal with them than he would the other 3. A simple sword swipe is how he executes the other ones, but when he gets to the assassin, or no, the first 2 he swipes at them, the third one he impales, but when he gets to the assassin he impales him and then he kind of moves the sword around inside of him and stuff. Like he knows, I mean, he obviously kind of anticipated an assassin coming for him, but he didn't know that wasn't the one.
Jerusalem needs a new ruler.
So I have heard.
What's this? No words of wisdom for me? Surely I have failed in some spectacular fashion.
You performed as an assassin should. No more, no less. That you expect praise for merely doing as told, however, troubles me.
It seems everything I do troubles you.
Reflect on that. But do so on your way back to Masyaf. Your work here is done.
I wouldn't mind a game where you get to play as Malik, but pretty sure that ship has sailed. They're probably not going to be revisiting the Crusades anytime soon in the series. They keep moving forward in history bit by bit. So we'll see. I would like one set during World War II. Play as the assassin that kills Hitler.
Whatever you say, Doc.
That'd be kind of neat and switch things up a little bit, but I don't know how
I'm ending the session. No, I'll be right there.
how much more you could pad out that game to make it a full experience.
No, everything's Denver. I don't see how he could... Of course. I understand. You're in a lot of trouble, Mr. Miles. What's his problem?
They're coming for you.
Who's coming for me?
Assassins.
Hey, I had nothing to do with this.
Sounds like they're mounting some kind of rescue attempt. Guess you're more important than you realized.
Man, things just keep getting weirder and weirder around here.
It was bound to happen.
What do you mean?
That little fight your ancestors started during the Third Crusade, it never ended. You're being held by Templars.
Vidic's a Templar?
There's no way you could have known. They hide it so well. But to answer your question, Vidic works for them. We all do. Abstergo is their company.
I thought Templars were old dudes with funny hats who sat around drinking beer and plotting world domination with, like, the lizard people.
No. Except the part about world domination, I guess. Look, Desmond, it's complicated. Half the stuff they say about the Templars comes from crazy tinfoil hat-wearing nutjobs. The other half is misinformation intentionally produced by the Templars themselves.
But they are the bad guys, right?
If there's one thing I've learned since I started working here, it's that there's no such thing. It's all so relative. I guess the best way to explain it is, what they want is good. But the way they're going about it, it's bad. Really bad.
What are they trying to do? Lucy?
Yes.
Miss Stillman, I need to speak with you. Get up here, now!
On my way, Doctor. I'm sorry, Desmond. I have to go. You should turn in for the night. The answers to all of your questions are right in front of you. You just have to know where to look. Please, Desmond. I'm gonna get in trouble if I don't leave. And I can't leave until you're in your room.
Don't really go through the emails in this. There's actually not really that much new in this sequence than there was in the earlier ones, other than an encoded message from the assassins to Lucy. I think that might have been in one of the other ones. About they were coming to mount a rescue. But we're going to end this one here, and we'll pick it up where we left off in the next one. So until then, I want to thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.